Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the Youngstown State Dynasty on College Football Revamped. Today, we take on the 4-4 Georgia Southern Eagles, who will be looking to put an end to YSU's 6-game winning streak, which will be a tough task for Georgia Southern as YSU outmatches them in nearly every statistical category. At 4-4, Georgia Southern doesn't really pose much of a threat. The only real threat is that this ends up being one of those weird trap games where the good team comes out flat and the bad team just so happens to be playing great football. You see it all the time. YSU knows not to take any of their opponents lightly, so I think YSU will handle their business on the road and get the victory, and 𝗧𝗏𝗄𝗧 thinks so as well. A 3:30 start time, Saturday, November 2nd. Taking a look around the league, looks like Penn State knocked off Ohio State. Ohio State is now ranked 20th in the nation. Oregon defeats UCLA. The Longhorns remain undefeated after knocking off TCU. Checking out the Heisman Watch, we have Trey Benson, running back from Florida State. We have Quinshon Judkins from Ole Miss, along with Raheem Sanders, Blake Corum, and Bucky Irving, all running backs. Looking at the polls, USC is number 1. Behind them is Michigan, Texas, Oregon, and Florida State rounding out the top 5. Tennessee, Penn State, UCLA, Arkansas, and Maryland in the top 10. Let's take you out to Youngstown State versus Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern at 4-4, looking to snap YSU's 6-game winning streak. Opening drive, 2nd and 12, Davis Byrne back to pass throws. He'll find Anthony 𝗀𝗄𝗏, 20 yards on the play. Next play, 1st and 10, Davis Byrne back to pass, looks left, throws deep. He has Hood, and he looks like he comes down with the catch. However, there is a flag. It's going to be roughing the passer on YSU, Anthony Johnson. It's going to tack on an additional 13 yards. Brandon's going to hand it off to White, and he's going to get in the end zone for the touchdown. Jalen White, 6-yard touchdown run, and Georgia Southern strikes first, going up 7-0, pending the extra point. YSU goes 3 and out. Georgia Southern marching down the field until they get stopped by 2 sacks. 4th and 13, Bren's going to throw it to Durham Burgess. However, he's going to be short. They're going to turn it over on downs. YSU had to settle for punts in their last 2 drives. However, on their 3rd drive, 2nd and goal, Tyshawn King's going to punch it in from a yard out. YSU gets on the board and ties the game up. Late in the 2nd quarter, Georgia Southern's going to kick the field goal and go up 13-7, and that's where we'll go into halftime. Georgia Southern up on YSU 13-7. First half stats don't look good for YSU. 77 passing yards, only 4 rushing yards. Georgia Southern has 141 passing yards with 26 rushing yards. A very slow start for YSU, as it looks like they're falling into what I was concerned about earlier, a trap game. Georgia Southern has come out and looked a lot better. YSU has looked very sluggish, but we'll see what happens in the second half. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 3, Mitch Davidson hands off to Tyshawn King, who runs up the right side of the field. He has blockers, stiff arms the defender. They get knocked out of bounds after a gain of 15. 3rd and 2, Mitch Davidson looks right, throws, finds Jake Benya, who gets the first down. He'll get knocked out of bounds after a gain of 9. First down, YSU. 3rd down and 3, they'll give it to Dre Rushing on the halfback sweep to the left side. He'll take it into the end zone, 12 yards, and YSU ties the game up at 13, but can take the lead with the extra point. The kick is up and the kick is good, and YSU takes the lead over Georgia Southern 14-13. And Florida State is currently down 17-23 to Appalachian State. Appalachian State looking to pull off another upset. With 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, Jalen White takes the handoff and runs it in for the touchdown, and Georgia Southern regains the lead, going up 20-14. They could go for the 2-point and go up by 7. They'll go for the 2-point try, and they'll hand it off to Jalen White, and he will barrel over defender and get in for the 2-point conversion. Georgia Southern out 21-14. Late 4th quarter, Brandon will toss it to OJ Arnold. He'll run to the right side, no defenders in sight, and Georgia Southern adds another touchdown to the board. They go up 28-14 with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to go here in the 4th quarter, and it looks like that 6-game winning streak is in jeopardy for YSU. Late 4th quarter, YSU driving. Mitch Davidson back to pass, finds Brandon Alexander, who will drag a couple defenders with him. 16 yards on the play. 1st and 10, Mitch Davidson rolls right. He's looking, he is his, he throws, but he'll find Bryce Oliver, who gets the first down, and he'll get knocked out of bounds. 1st and 10, YSU. 4th and 10, Mitch Davidson back to pass, looks, he'll find Bryce Oliver, who will gain 19 yards on the play. 1st and goal, YSU. Another 4th down, Mitch Davidson rolls right. He's looking, he's going to throw to his left and find CJ Charleston for the touchdown. YSU gets on the board late, but unless they can get an onside kick, this game will be over. And it is over. The 6-game winning streak has been snapped by Georgia Southern as they defeat YSU 28-21. Georgia Southern now improves to 5-4. YSU falls to 7-2. YSU falls 21-28. They had 14 first downs compared to Georgia Southern's 20. 291 total yards of offense compared to 357 from Georgia Southern. 91 rushing yards and only 200 passing yards. The 2 turnovers didn't help, nor did the time of possession. Youngstown State loses in gut-wrenching fashion to Georgia Southern. I guess having a winning streak snapped at 6 games is pretty gut-wrenching. Okay, so we lost. Now regroup and prepare for next week's game against Ball State. I like that attitude. And we have 3 new recruits to the team: 77 overall cornerback Josh Andrews, 76 overall running back John Shelton, 63 overall offensive lineman Danny Bryant. What a haul for the YSU Penguins. We got Josh Andrews, John Shelton, Danny Bryant, Aaron Walters, Brent Amos, Nathan Jocks, Xavier Smith, and Corey Lewis. Those are 8 promising young talents coming to YSU next season, and I'm looking forward to it. And up next, we take on Ball State, who is 8-2. Lee Corso was going with Ball State, and yeah, this is going to be a tough game for YSU. Ball State has them beaten almost every statistical category. We're definitely going to have our hands full in this one. Let's head out to Stambaugh Stadium in Youngstown, Ohio, and the Penguins rocking the brand new black alternate jersey, custom made by yours truly. Shout out to the random Deviant art creator who made the YSU logo I put on the chest. I really like the Y logo on the sleeve as well. The jerseys overall look sick. They look really clean with the alternate helmet and the black pants. Penguins take the field dressed to impress in this showdown between 2 of the top teams in the MAC conference, Ball State and YSU. First play of the game, Mitch Davidson with the play fake. He's going to launch it one deep to the right side for Bryce Oliver, but it's going to be knocked away. Mitch Davidson going for the big play early. 3rd and 7, Mitch Davidson in the shotgun. He'll find Max Tomczak across the field. He gets 9 yards. That's going to be a first down for YSU. On the ensuing play, 1st and 10, Mitch Davidson with the play fake to Tyshawn King. He rolls right. He's going to throw deep for Bryce Oliver yet again, but this time Bryce Oliver is going to come down with the catch. 56-yard reception for Bryce Oliver. Mitch Davidson took another deep shot, and this time it paid off. A 56-yard bomb to Bryce Oliver, and now the Penguins will be in the red zone. 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Mitch Davidson in the shotgun, takes the snap, back to pass. He'll find CJ Charleston on the slant. 9-yard touchdown play. Mitch Davidson to CJ Charleston, and the Penguins take the 7-0 lead pending the extra point. Play Medvedev kick is up, and the kick is good. YSU with the 7-0 lead over Ball State. Studio update: Pittsburgh has knocked off number 10 North Carolina 27-21 as the season of upsets continue. 1st and 10, Ball State. Quarterback Hatcher is going to pitch it out to the running back Paul Pemberton. He's going to juke a defender. He's going to get 7 yards on the play. 2nd and 3. Vaughn Pemberton gets the handoff yet again. He's going to head past the 50-yard line. He's going to get tackled after a gain of 12 yards. YSU's defense looking extremely slow right there. 2nd and 8. Hatcher rolls to the left. He's going to roll straight into a sack from Alex Howard. A loss of 2 on the play. Going to be 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10, Ball State. Hatcher back to pass. He looks, and he'll find Presley for the first down. Very soft coverage by the YSU defenders there. 1st and goal now. Hatcher back to pass. He has all the time. He throws to the back of the end zone. He'll find Keon Magwood for the touchdown. Ball State ties up the game pending the extra point. YSU's ball now. 3rd and 9. Mitch Davidson's going to throw in a tight window, but finds Max Tomczak, who will break 2 tackles, almost a third. Will get 28 yards total on the reception and a first down for YSU. And what an effort by Max Tomczak right there. 3rd and 5, Mitch Davidson back to pass. He's going to find CJ Charleston on the wide receiver screen. However, it's only 2 yards on the play. 4th and 3. Penguins going for it on 4th down. Mitch Davidson back to pass. He'll find Bryce Oliver in the middle of the field on the slant pattern. 8 yards. First down, YSU. Penguins in yet another 4th down situation, choosing to go for it. 4th and 1. Mitch Davidson takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Dre Rushton, but he's going to get swallowed up and, in fact, lose a yard on the play. YSU will turn it over on downs. And the 1st and 10 for Ball State. Hatcher back to pass. He sees the pressure. He can't avoid it. He's going to get sacked for a loss of 8 on the play. Hunter Allen comes in for the sack for YSU. And that's where we'll leave it at the end of 1. Youngstown State and Ball State tied up at 7. We pick it up midway through the 2nd quarter. 2nd and goal, and Hatcher is going to carry it in himself for the touchdown. Ball State now goes up by 7. And during simulation, YSU gets an interception. 𝗀𝗲𝗃𝗆 picks off Hatcher. After the interception, it's 2nd and 8. Davidson throws. He'll find Bryce Oliver wide open. He walks into the end zone for a touchdown. Mitch Davidson now has 158 yards passing and 2 touchdowns on the day. And that will be the end of the first half here in Youngstown. YSU and Ball State tied up at 14. And as we expected, a very even and competitive game thus far. We were tied at 7 at the end of 1. We're now tied at 14 at the end of 2. As we look at the first half stats, YSU leading in passing yards 158 to 88. However, Ball State is leading in the rushing yards 84 to 51. Not much of a difference in time of possession between the two teams, and YSU has forced the 1 turnover from Ball State, an interception by 𝗀𝗲𝗄𝗆. Both teams trade 3 and outs to start the second half. It is 4th and 1. Ball State has the ball. Hatcher's looking to pitch it off to Pemberton, and he's going to get hit behind the line, a loss of 3. Now Ball State will turn it over on downs. YSU takes over 1st and 10. Mitch Davidson hands off to Tyshawn King, who busts through the middle. He'll get 15 yards on the play. 3rd and 4, Mitch Davidson back to pass. He'll find Jake Benio across the middle. He'll be tackled, stopped short of the goal line. However, it will be 1st and goal. On the ensuing play, Mitch Davidson's going to run it in himself and leap over the line. Mitch Davidson scores the rushing touchdown for YSU to put them back up by 7. Ball State will settle for a field goal late in the 3rd quarter. Score is now 21-17. YSU will kick a field goal themselves and go back up by 7. Ball State will kick another field goal to make it 24-20. And on the next play of the ensuing drive, Mitch Davidson's going to throw. He's going to find Bryce Oliver, who's going to get away from a defender, and he's going to run up the sideline and go all the way to the end zone. Bryce Oliver, 78-yard touchdown reception, his 2nd touchdown reception of the day. Mitch Davidson now with 302 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and YSU will go up 31-20 pending the extra point. However, Ball State will answer right back on 1st and 10. Hatcher throws to the end zone and will find 𝗷𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 for the 15-yard touchdown. Ball State going for the 2-point conversion. Hatcher is going to be strip sacked, and DeJuan Martin is going to pick up the fumble. He's going to head all the way to the end zone, but there is flags on the field, and it looks like this is going to be coming back, as yes, YSU was offsides on the 2-point try. Ball State attempting the 2-point conversion yet again. Hatcher has all day in the pocket. He's going to throw to the back corner of the end zone and find 𝗀𝗃 wide open. 2-point conversion is successful. 3rd and 2, Mitch Davidson back to pass. He's going to throw, but it's going to be tipped at the line and incomplete. Nice play by the Ball State defender. 3rd and 3, 4th quarter, 40 seconds, and taking Hatcher back to pass. He's going to escape 1 sack, but he can't escape the other as a plethora of YSU defenders get in his face and are finally able to take him down. Anthony Johnson was credited with the sack. 4th and 8 coming up, and this play will decide the game. 4th and 8, Hatcher back to pass. He looks, he has a wide open receiver, and it's Magwood, and he's going to walk into the end zone for the touchdown. Nobody near him. There's a flag on the play, but that's going to be offsides on the YSU defense. Horrible play. And now with that call, Ball State will take the lead 35-31 pending the extra point. Penguins down 4. They need a touchdown. 1st and 10. Mitch Davidson is going to bomb one out to the right side of Bryce Oliver, and it's almost intercepted. Incompletion on 2nd down. It is now 3rd and 10, and Mitch Davidson is going to get sacked for a loss of 9. 4th and 19 coming up. YSU will take a timeout. 4th and 19, and this entire game hangs in the balance on this one play. Mitch Davidson back to pass, but he's going to be sacked yet again. Loss of 9 again, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. 2 seconds left in the game, and Ball State is going to walk out of here with a victory. Ball State will kneel, and that will be it for this game. YSU falls to Ball State 35-31. Ball State with 15 unanswered points, as YSU at one point in this game led 31-20. Costly mistakes at the end of the game, including a crucial penalty on 4th down, giving Ball State the touchdown and the lead. YSU unable to capitalize by taking 2 sacks on the following drive. Ball State will improve to 9-2, while YSU will fall to 7-3. And yeah, YSU pretty much gave this game away to Ball State. Player of the game goes to Lane Hatcher, the Ball State quarterback. 277 yards and 4 total touchdowns. He was clutch all game long, making the plays when Ball State needed them, and that's why they came away with the victory. It also didn't help that my controller has extreme drift, and it also disconnected on that 4th down play, which I was offsides on, but that's neither here nor there. Nonetheless, Ball State picks up the victory over Youngstown State 35-31 in what was a thrilling game. But yes, YSU definitely choked the game away there near the end. Mitch Davidson had a solid day, 20 of 34, 315 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had the 1 interception, however, a 159.8 quarterback rating. Tyshawn King, 27 carries for 110 yards. However, Bryce Oliver with the game of his career, 219 yards on 9 receptions, 2 touchdowns. Longest reception of the day was for 78 yards. An incredible offensive performance by YSU today. However, unfortunately, on the defensive side of the ball, can't say the same. Had 5 sacks on the day and even an interception from 𝗀𝗲𝗃. And despite all that, YSU could not stop Ball State in key situations late in the game. Very disappointing loss for YSU. Youngstown State loses a 35-31 heartbreaker to Ball State. As you can see there, 18 points in the 4th quarter for Ball State, completely unacceptable for the YSU defense. Our loss to Ball State was pathetic. You know, deep down, we should have won that one. Harsh, but no lies detected. We were absolutely horrible in that game, at least defensively. I do like this more passionate response instead of all the generic ones he's been giving me throughout the season. And for whatever reason, there's a JT Barrett at quarterback in this recruiting class. So of course, I had to add him to the recruiting board. Not sure if we'll get him though. We're currently in the lead for defensive end Allen Hayden. As for Mike Alston, we're 545 points behind. So we're going to throw 700 points plus the additional 105 at him. And we have 5 new commits, actually 7 new commits. Lawrence Bennett, Andre Whaley, Russell Burns, Joel Heath, Andy Harrison, Aaron Bailey, and Adam Mahal all have committed to YSU. That's 2 wide receivers, 3 offensive linemen, 1 defensive end, and 1 outside linebacker, all committing to YSU. Mid-60s to low 50s. Not sure about Lawrence Bennett making the team, but it's still nice to have 7 commits in 1 week. Tough road ahead for Youngstown State as they travel to Western Michigan to face rival after loss. Yes, it says Toledo. I know, ignore that. But that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Youngstown State Dynasty on College Football Revamped. Thank you guys so much for checking out the videos, leaving likes, dropping comments, and all that. Definitely means a lot to me. I know I haven't uploaded as much within the last 2 months, but I'm hoping to get back on track and get more videos out to you guys regularly. But just want to say thank you guys for sticking with me. My name's GC, you're watching GCSN, and I'll catch you on the next one. Much love, take care, and peace.